At a house that the police were ordered to search, two mysterious strangers arrived and blew some strange powder into the officers' faces. As soon as they inhaled it, the police suddenly changed their attitude. They stopped the search and calmly walked away. The two strangers then opened the door, stepped inside, and heard the sound of a crying baby. Following the noise, they discovered a woman's lifeless body and two children who were still alive. They rescued the kids and took them to their grandmother. From that moment, the two half-siblings were raised by their grandmother. The younger boy, named Nathan, had a dark legacy. His father was the most feared dark wizard in history. Because of this, the Wizarding Association kept a close watch on him, worried that Nathan might inherit his father's evil powers. Every week, they would cut his arm to measure how fast the wound healed. They also asked him if he could hear people's heartbeats, a warning sign that dark magic might be awakening inside him. Fortunately, thanks to his grandmother's kind guidance, Nathan grew up gentle and kind-hearted, with no violent thoughts. Still, his background made others suspicious, and he faced discrimination from those around him, even from his own sister, Jessica, who blamed him for their mother's death. Nathan grew up constantly under pressure and judgment. When Jessica turned 17, her grandmother performed a ritual by cutting her wrist so Jessica could drink her blood. It was part of their family's witch tradition, called the initiation ceremony. Every witch in their bloodline had to drink a relative's blood on their 17th birthday to awaken their special powers. Without it, they would die in their sleep. That night, Jessica's magical abilities began to emerge. Jessica's boyfriend, Kieran, was asleep when he was startled awake by loud snoring. He turned to see that Jessica had transformed into a middle-aged man with a beard. Shocked and confused, Kieran realized her power was shape-shifting. As he tried to get up, the transformed figure held him tightly. Thankfully, the phone rang, waking Jessica and breaking the spell. Now aware of her powers, Jessica was invited to join a secret task force dedicated to hunting down dark wizards. But before she could go on missions, she had to go through tough training. As a rookie, Jessica was often mocked by her teammates for failing too many times. At first, she stayed quiet, but after one training session, she returned to the locker room where one of her teammates insulted both her and Nathan, calling them useless. Jessica had had enough. She used her shape-shifting ability to take on her teammate's appearance, then removed her towel in front of everyone to cause embarrassment. But she didn't stop there. She transformed into her teammate's father and mocked her with cruel and sarcastic comments. Meanwhile, Nathan, now 16, met a girl named Anna. After a long conversation with her, he was suddenly attacked and humiliated in front of a crowd by Anna's cousin. Even though he was badly treated, Nathan held back, remembering his grandmother's teachings about staying peaceful. Later, he learned that Anna was the daughter of the leader of the Righteous Witch Association, a man who looked at him with suspicion and coldness. Nathan realized it was safer to avoid her. But the next day, Anna came to talk to him at school. For the first time, someone wanted to be his friend, and Nathan felt genuinely happy. What he didn't expect was that later that day, Anna's cousin came back. He insulted Nathan again and said cruel things about his mother. This time, Nathan snapped. He grabbed a nearby object and threw it at him in anger. The Witch Association quickly found out. Nathan was taken to their headquarters, where they warned him that he was showing signs of violent behavior. They reminded him that they had been keeping him under control for years to prevent him from turning into a dark wizard. Nathan argued, asking if he was supposed to stay silent while being bullied. To scare him, they showed him images of his father attacking witches. The room filled with strange noises and objects floating in the air. They told him his father had turned into a beast-like wolf, tearing out witches' hearts to absorb their magic. Nathan was horrified by the vision and didn't know how to handle it all. Later that day, Anna suddenly came to Nathan and told him she had feelings for him. As they grew closer, Nathan began to hear her heartbeat. Something he feared was a sign of his dark side awakening. Back at home, he had to go through his regular medical checkup. This time, his female instructor noticed his wounds were healing much faster. When she asked if he could hear her heartbeat, Nathan lied and said no, even though he clearly could. After she left, he became uneasy and worried. Then, a shadow appeared at the window. It was Anna. Nathan rushed outside to follow her as she ran into the forest. Just as he caught up, he was hit hard and passed out. When he regained consciousness, Nathan found himself in an abandoned house. It turned out everything had been a trap, planned by Anna and her cousin. Anna's cousin was also involved. Without saying a word, she walked up to Nathan and slashed his face with a knife. When she saw that his wound healed instantly, Jessica told her to keep going. Nathan tried to defend himself and accidentally pushed Anna's cousin. In the fall, her own hand stabbed Nathan in the stomach. Panicked, she ran away. Bleeding badly, Nathan begged Jessica for help. But she just looked at him coldly and walked away. Jessica left Nathan behind, even though he was barely alive. At midnight, his grandmother sensed something was wrong and found him. She took him home, gave him medicine, and used magic to save his life. Thanks to her efforts, Nathan survived. The next morning, he woke up filled with anger. He returned to school and violently attacked Anna's cousin. His fury was so intense that he left her disfigured. Realizing how far he'd gone, Nathan rushed back home and begged his grandmother for help. He was terrified he was becoming the dark wizard everyone feared. But his grandmother reminded him that it didn't matter if he had dark or light blood. What mattered was the person he chose to be. Still, she knew she couldn't protect him alone anymore. She reached out to stronger witches. She handed Nathan a spell on a piece of paper and began preparing a special incense. When she breathed in the smoke, her face changed. She had summoned a powerful witch spirit into her body. The spirit quickly understood the reason for the call. She took a knife, carved a symbol into Nathan's hand, and told him that if he was ever in real danger, he only had to call her name. Not long after, the witch authorities arrived. According to magical law, Nathan should have been executed. But long ago, a prophecy had said that only Marcus's descendant could destroy him. That made Nathan the key to ending his father's terror. So instead of punishing him, they took him to a secret training facility. The guards who escorted Nathan hated him because of his dark heritage. On the way, they beat him mercilessly. Jessica, his half-sister, was there too, but she just smiled without lifting a finger. Luckily, Nathan's powerful bloodline helped him heal quickly. At the base, the female instructor wouldn't even let Nathan stay in a regular room. He had to live in an iron cage. Every day, he was pushed through brutal training, mostly physical beatings and exhausting exercises. Over time, Nathan grew stronger. But in his heart, he still remembered the peaceful moments he had once shared with Anna. Meanwhile, on Anna's 17th birthday, her father organized a grand awakening ritual. He asked her to drink his blood to unlock her magical powers. Her father controlled plants, her mother controlled water. Anna was excited to see what her gift would be. But what came next shocked her. The next morning, she tried to use magic on a potted plant. She failed again and again. Frustrated, she believed she had no power. Then suddenly, the white mouse she raised climbed on her hand and bit her. At that moment, the mouse was crushed without her even touching it. Anna realized her ability was far more dangerous than she imagined. She could destroy life. She later tried her magic on a pocket watch. It didn't break. She assumed her power only affected living things. But that night, after a nightmare, she woke up and saw the watch shattered. This made her uneasy, so she went to talk to her father. Instead of finding him, she found a magic book on his desk. She flipped through it and discovered a note about a destructive magic called Desi Mason, a spell that could turn anything into ash. It was nearly impossible to control. Beneath the book, Anna found a drawing of herself, sketched by Nathan. She suddenly realized that her father might be responsible for Nathan's recent disappearance. She discovered that her father had once helped hunt down Marcus, the Dark Wizard. Of the 12 who took part in that mission, only her father's soul and a woman named Celia survived. The prophecy said only Nathan could defeat Marcus. But Soul was worried he might die before that happened. So he turned to a forbidden magic, life trade. To perform it, he needed blood from the heart of the closest relative of both the caster and the target. Without hesitation, Soul killed his own brother to get the blood. Then he went to Nathan's grandmother's house and did the same to her. To hide his crimes, he drew an X-shaped symbol on the wall to make it look like Marcus had done it. The next day, Soul went straight to the base where Nathan was being trained. The plan had changed. Nathan now had to escape. But when he learned that his grandmother had died, he was devastated and refused to run. Furious, he fought off the guards with his bare hands. Yet without having awakened his magical powers, he was soon overpowered by Soul's spell. When he woke up, Nathan found himself tied up inside the headquarters of the Witch Association. Sol had prepared a dark ritual, using blood from Nathan's closest relatives. While chanting strange incantations, he carved symbols into Nathan's skin. The spell was nearly complete, only the final moment was missing. As soon as Sol left the room, Nathan used a hidden hairpin to free himself. Just as he stepped outside, a guard noticed him and tried to stop him. But the guard's body suddenly cracked open and exploded. Anna had arrived just in time and, in her panic, had instinctively used her power to save Nathan. Before they could catch their breath, Nathan's sister showed up. The two ran off quickly, managing to lose Jessica at a crossroads. They found shelter in a small restaurant and sat down to breathe. Anna was terrified. She had taken a life and feared she would lose control again and hurt Nathan. When he tried to comfort her, she pulled away, afraid of herself. Nathan gently held her hand and told her it wasn't her fault. She just didn't know how to control her magic yet. But the danger hadn't passed. The righteous witches would surely come after Nathan. And his 17th birthday was only a week away. Without the blood of a relative, he would die. His grandmother was gone, and his sister wouldn't help. Then Nathan remembered the symbol a witch had carved into his hand. He believed that by calling her name, she would come to help. He cried out for assistance. The symbol on his hand started glowing, forming an arrow. Following its direction, Nathan and Anna reached a wall. Nathan knocked 3 times, and the wall opened, revealing a hidden door. Inside, they entered a strange room where a white-haired man named Gabriel was waiting. When he saw the mark on Nathan's hand, he said, "I've been expecting you." Gabriel explained that he was a messenger of the powerful being Mercury, a dark entity with ties to all the ancient witch bloodlines. Only he had the power to help Nathan. But the enemy was already on their trail. Thanks to his training, Nathan quickly defeated the first wave of attackers. Still, the place was no longer safe. Gabriel pulled out 2 magic spheres that could be used to jump through the window and teleport. But there was only enough magic for one person. Gabriel insisted that Anna use it and Nathan stay behind. Nathan refused. He gave the sphere to Anna and told her to swallow it. Another group of enemies stormed in. With no choice, Gabriel grabbed Nathan, and they jumped out the window together. Though the fall was dozens of stories high and Nathan had no powers, they suddenly stopped just a meter above the ground. They had made it. After escaping, Gabriel led them to a pirate ship. The next morning, they reached a small town, but it was just a stop along the way. Gabriel blew a magical dust that opened a portal in front of them. The 3 stepped through and appeared on a street in Paris. When they returned to Gabriel's apartment, they found it had been ransacked. A very important item had been stolen. To find the next portal, they needed to retrieve it. The group went to a bar to look for clues. Luckily, they overheard information about the item's location. But on their way, the local police started following them. Gabriel told Nathan and Anna to escape while he stayed behind and was arrested. Nathan and Anna went back to the bar and met one of Gabriel's friends. Together, they came up with a plan: pretend to be lawyers to sneak into the police station. Inside, they found Gabriel and used magic to knock out 2 officers. The group escaped successfully. Back at the bar, they celebrated briefly. That's when they discovered the portal to Mercury's realm was hidden in the basement. Even more surprising, the stolen item was nothing more than an old book of 300 nursery rhymes. Nathan and Anna felt tricked and accused Gabriel of misleading them. During the heated exchange, they accidentally revealed that Nathan was the son of the one everyone feared. The crowd's mood instantly shifted. It was then that Gabriel announced he was done, and walked out of the bar. The whole bar turned against Nathan after hearing the prophecy that he would one day kill his own father. In the chaos, Nathan and Anna hid inside a warehouse. Meanwhile, Gabriel decided to go back to the bar. He used a magic potion to create smoke and tried to fight back, but the enemies were too many, and he was eventually captured. In the warehouse, Nathan and Anna realized that the portal was right in front of them. But when they heard Gabriel calling for help, they chose to go save him. This decision cost them the chance to escape through the portal. The shop owner pointed a gun at them to block their way, forcing them to run and abandon the plan to meet Mercury. Gabriel then suggested a more dangerous path. They had to cross a hostile region where strangers were not welcome. As soon as they entered, They were caught for trespassing and almost executed. But when the tribe learned that Nathan was Marcus's son, the tribe's elder appeared. He ordered that they be detained, and invited them to attend a ceremony the next day. At dinner, the elder shared a hidden truth about dark wizards. Some of them had the rare power to absorb magic by eating other people's hearts. Nathan's father had been hunted by white wizards who were jealous of this ability. They had spread lies, calling it evil. The elder himself was a dark wizard who had inherited over 100 magical powers from his family members after their deaths. Elsewhere, Sol was interrogating pirates and managed to track down Nathan's group. He immediately set off in their direction. The next day, the ceremony began. In front of the whole tribe, a captured white wizard was brought out. This wizard had caused harm to the tribe and was locked inside a strange magical cage. As the elder chanted, the cage tightened and drained the wizard's blood. Then, the elder took out the heart and ate it. Anna was deeply disturbed by the scene. Suddenly, Nathan fainted. The elder rushed to his side and saw strange marks on his body. It was a parasitic spell meant to steal his powers. The elder sent his niece to get medicine. But when she returned, she said she couldn't find what was needed. Just then, someone knocked at the door. It was Nathan's former trainer, who had followed them. She demanded that Nathan and Anna be handed over, or she would use force. The elder felt threatened and kicked her out. As everyone prepared for a possible attack, the elder's niece pulled out a knife and stabbed a guard in the chest. A villager tried to shoot her, but her grandfather pushed her out of the way, and the shot triggered a gunfight. White witches outside began firing wildly, killing many villagers. The girl crawled over to Nathan and cut off one of his fingers while he lay helpless. She revealed herself to be Nathan's sister in disguise. At that moment, a white witch stormed in and shot the elder, killing him on the spot. Anna reacted quickly and used her power to disintegrate the attacker. Jessica, after seeing this, fled to save herself. The group opened a hidden door and tried to escape. Only 4 members managed to survive. One of the girls from the Dark Witch family also made it. As they were about to board a boat, Nathan's trainer arrived. But this time, she didn't come to kill them, she came to help. Meanwhile, Sol had gotten Nathan's finger and decided there was no need to chase them anymore. He said their goal was nearly complete. The next day, Sol and his team arrived at an amusement park. There, a captain from the Witch Association used a spell to freeze all the people in the park. The captain didn't want to harm innocents, so he stayed behind while Sol left to perform the next ritual. While patrolling, the captain found a 17-year-old dark wizard and decided to carry out an awakening ritual using the blood of his grandfather. But the boy began convulsing violently. It turned out the person he thought was his grandfather was actually Jessica in disguise. She wanted to test if her shape-shifting powers could also change blood type, but it clearly didn't work. At the same time, the girl in Nathan's group also started convulsing. She and the boy were actually twins. When one of them experienced the ritual, the other felt it too. The captain later discovered a dead body. Sol immediately sensed that something was wrong and rushed back. When he returned to the park, Sol found the boy dead. Jessica didn't care at all and said it was already too late. When Nathan found out that the girl in his group had died, he was overwhelmed with rage. He attacked the trainer, the same one who had promised to help them with the awakening ritual the day before. But she was still his former teacher, and she quickly defeated him. In anger, Nathan pulled out a gun and tried to shoot her. Anna stepped in and used her power to disintegrate the weapon in his hand. Nathan had no choice but to give up. He walked off into the forest, and Anna followed quietly. But after a short distance, Nathan collapsed. Sol had used Nathan's severed finger to finish a powerful spell. At that moment, something strange happened. Their memories began to merge. Nathan saw the truth behind everything. His father wasn't the villain people claimed he was. Marcus had actually wanted to end the war and make peace. Both sides had agreed to negotiate, but during the meeting, the leader of the White Witches insulted the Dark Wizards over and over. Enraged, Marcus killed them all. Nathan also learned that his mother hadn't died from foolishness. She was murdered by the White Witches. These shocking memories took a toll on him, and his life signs began to drop. At that moment, the trainer remembered Anna's power. She asked Anna to use her magic to free Nathan from the dark spell. But Anna hesitated, she still didn't fully control her ability. Anna hesitated for a moment, but with the coach's help, she finally managed to unlock the magic trapped inside Nathan's body, which allowed him to wake up. At the same time, Sol also opened his eyes. At first, he thought the magic had failed, but then he heard heartbeats around him. That's when he realized he had gained one of the most powerful abilities, the power to absorb magic by consuming others' hearts, just like Nathan's father once did. Now that he had this gift, Sol didn't wait. He coldly killed his teammates. To prove his strength, he captured the captain and listed the names of the team members while using the magic they once had. The captain immediately understood. All his allies were already dead. Sol then killed him too and took his powers. Meanwhile, since Nathan was still not fully awake, Anna and the coach decided to leave. But Anna, confused by everything, couldn't understand her father's decisions. She turned back to confront him. When Nathan learned she had gone alone, he wanted to follow her, but Gabriel stopped him. There were only 2 days left before Nathan turned 17, and they had to find Mercury to finish the initiation ritual. Nathan and Gabriel went to a warehouse. There, Gabriel brewed a special potion, and a white smoke slowly rose before being absorbed by a map. All the teleportation gates appeared. But just as they were about to leave, a noise came from outside. Nathan quickly hid while Gabriel went to investigate. A white witch had found them. Nathan struck him hard on the head with a tool. Gabriel tried to stop him, but it was already too late. Before dying, the man revealed the truth. Jessica was planning to trap Anna, and he had come to warn her not to see her father. He was one of the last white witches alive. Nathan was filled with guilt for having killed an innocent man. Knowing Anna was in danger, he wanted to go save her. But there was only 1 day left, so Gabriel forced him toward the portal. Gabriel released some magic powder to open the path, but Nathan shoved him through instead. He had decided to save Anna first. Meanwhile, Anna and the coach were ambushed. The dark witches from the bar had found them. The coach told Anna to escape in the car while she fought the enemies. Despite being surrounded, she held her ground thanks to her incredible strength. At the same time, Gabriel arrived at Mercury's mansion. Carefully, he navigated the traps protected by passwords until he found the fridge with the magic blood. Strangely, all samples were there, except for the one from Nathan's family. That's when a woman appeared behind him, Mercury, Queen of the Dark Witches. She held the precious blood. She asked Gabriel why he hadn't brought Nathan. She planned to use the blood to control him. Pretending to hand him a vial, she suddenly blew out a cloud of magic dust. Gabriel was struck by amnesia and forgot everything about Nathan. Lost. He put the blood back and returned to his room. Yet something felt off, like he had left something important undone. Flipping through his old book of nursery rhymes, blurry memories resurfaced. When he saw Nathan's name, it all came back. Gabriel rushed to the basement. But the password didn't work. A boy appeared and gave him the updated code. The secret door opened. Gabriel finally retrieved Nathan's family blood. As he was about to leave, the boy revealed there was a portal under his bed. But just before Gabriel could escape, Mercury appeared again, furious at his betrayal. She transformed into a monster to kill him. Luckily, Gabriel knew where the portal was and escaped through it. Meanwhile, Anna had reached her father. When Sol saw her, he grew angry and told her she should never have come. Suddenly, a wolf's howl echoed in the distance. Marcus was approaching. Nathan's sister told Sol that Anna had immense destructive power. If he absorbed it, he could defeat Marcus. But if Marcus got that power first, no one could stop him. Sol's eyes changed. Anna realized her father was willing to use any means to gain more power, even betray her. At that moment, the dark witches began to attack. Anna used the chaos as her chance to act. To escape Jessica's control, Anna ran outside. At that moment, a battle between the white witches and dark witches broke out in front of the castle. 2 dark witches summoned the souls of dead witches within the castle, awakening all their spirits. This caused Sol to be consumed by complete darkness. Strange sounds echoed around, as if a nightmare from 20 years ago was replaying, driving him into madness. Meanwhile, Jessica chased Anna. Using her knowledge of the terrain, she quickly found where Anna was hiding. Jessica tried to convince Anna that all her actions were for the good of the entire White Witch faction and urged her to surrender. But Anna had changed and refused to stay passive. Brave and determined, she faced Jessica, ready to use her power. Jessica believed Anna couldn't fully control her magic yet, but she didn't expect how much Anna had grown. Anna easily overpowered Jessica. Just as Jessica was about to be defeated, she suddenly transformed into Anna's mother's form, which deeply unsettled Anna. Unable to continue, Anna decided to spare Jessica. At the same time, Gabriel brought blood for Nathan. Angry at Nathan's reckless behavior, he was ready to intervene. Suddenly, a White Witch attacked and struck Gabriel in the chest. Seeing the wound, Nathan feared Gabriel was dying, but after checking, he realized the bullet didn't hit Gabriel. It only shattered the vial of blood Gabriel carried. All their efforts seemed lost, which made them feel discouraged. Elsewhere, Gil arrived at the castle. He saw that Sol had gone completely mad and tried to stop him, but Sol's magical power was overwhelming. When a group of dark witches broke in, they witnessed Sol kill Gil with dark magic. Sol then mercilessly slaughtered all the intruders. Even though Sol had joined the dark witch's path, he remembered the witch's prophecy. He decided to find Nathan and defeat Marcus. It was already morning, and it was Nathan's 17th birthday, a crucial day. If Nathan couldn't use his family's blood, he would die. Anna found Nathan and was about to take him to find his sister, but she discovered Jessica had escaped. Their only hope was now their father. The three headed into the forest, where they encountered Sol. Anna and Gabriel were restrained. Sol decided to kill Nathan first. Nathan panicked and ran away. Suddenly, a white mist covered the forest, confusing Sol. Nathan's father appeared beside him. The mist was created by him. Marcus ignored the prophecy that threatened his life and chose to let Nathan drink his blood to complete the initiation ritual. He said something strange. He would allow Nathan to regain consciousness and then walked away, worried about Anna and Gabriel's safety. Nathan, holding a knife, suddenly met Sol, who was searching for him. Although Nathan had completed the ritual, his powers were not yet fully awakened. Sol attacked without mercy, but Nathan's fighting skills were good. Seizing a moment when Sol lost control, Nathan stabbed him from behind. This broke the spell that held Anna and the others but couldn't kill Sol. As Sol prepared to throw a fireball at Nathan, Gabriel rushed in and pinned him down. Sol quickly redirected his attack towards Gabriel. In this life-or-death moment, Anna used her Desi Mason ability and killed her father on the spot. Only then did they understand the true meaning of the prophecy. The three finally escaped danger. But Nathan suddenly felt a strong urge toward a heart lying on the ground. At the same time, Nathan's sister noticed a teleportation gate appearing before her. Meanwhile, Jessica arrived at Mercury's mansion. What will happen to her when she faces the queen of the Dark Witch faction? And this is where the movie ends. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye and see you soon.